Abortions are for women who are irresponsible. Now, I am pro abortion only because I feel like I would rather that child be terminated than that child come in the world being neglected, mistreated, abused in some way, physically, whatever, or just not, being properly raised. I know someone who has had, I think, like 6 abortions. A lot of women are going to the abortion clinic and using the abortion clinic as a means of birth control, and it's increasing by staggering amounts, rather than being preemptive and trying to curb getting pregnant to begin with. So, and I think that a lot of people say what they say about it, but I think that the establishment is really pushing it. you know, like I said, there's people that say, oh, it's about population control and blah, 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 eugenics, blah blah blah. Yeah, that plays in it, but I think the part that people don't think about is when you start to look at where they're going with humanism, even further than that, and as far as eventually transitioning to something that is not even in a physical body, and that's through all the from being biohacked to actually being part machine, and be uploading your mind to the cloud, all this other stuff. So before all of this stuff can happen, they need to get people to get comfortable. They need women to get comfortable with that idea. Right now, people are not comfortable with that type of stuff, or gene. Most people like gene editing and things like that. If you watch the movie Gattaca, like a lot of people aren't really comfortable with that because it'll be like that movie, right? But I think that the powers that be are also getting women to, like backing that, so that women cannot be women anymore. And what I mean by that, like, I don't know if you ever had a baby, but you know, or even see a baby and be like, oh, like that maternal thing, that attachment that you have to, and you're like, wow, this is a life growing in, me, inside of me, da, 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 this is my responsibility. They want to detach females from that notion, because that's the only way that you're going to be in a future where people are putting implants in their brain, Black Mirror stuff, genetically altering babies, Brave New World. Okay, so you have to detach that, and then also like, from that to, like, people being involved with non-humans, okay, or altered humans. I mean, altered. So before all of this can happen, and the things that they have been doing has been in stages. I mean, they were talking about transhumanism back in the 40s. So you got to understand. I don't think a lot of truthers understand. I think a lot of people think that a lot of this stuff just started to take place, like in the last 50 years, but it's been, even if you really want to go there, since the founding of this nation. Now, this is 1776. I'm not talking about, like before slavery, because something else happened, and I'm not a historian. I don't know, but it was another way of something else. It was another, how can I say this? People were living differently before 1682. Something happened because everybody was equal. So, but a lot of the players in the founding fathers were Masons. They had ties to Jesuits and things like that. So I personally feel like this has been a plan that they have been, following, and each generation is following some of these ancient things, this ancient art plan and this ancient map of things to get things, underway. I mean, if you get a chance, there's a documentary called Transhumanism. The total, because there's in chapters, the total is about 4.5 hours. But they even go through, like, being able to, like, not distant future now, mind you, like 20 years, being able to put something in you where you can see different light spectrums. You can even see the radiation spectrum. They have stuff now where biohacking things where you can feel the vibrations of the earth and the magnetic spheres and shit like that. So this is a plan that has been being played out. Okay. And it has been being played out in sections and phases for hundreds of years. It's not something that has just started to happen before, the night before Margaret Sanger, before her. Okay, so yes, there is a component of eugenics because they're ultimately that's what they're going to want to do anyway. They want to control that type of breeding. Like I said, if you ever read even the first chapter of Brave New World, that shit is crazy. But that's reality. That's going to be reality. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I think that really the components that people are not thinking about is the fact that they want that motherly instinct. They want to shut that off. And it's all about psychology. And people run with shit just like with the feminist stuff too. That they're turning off switches. We're going with it because on the surface it seems okay. Just like with all this technology, it's convenient. Everything has a double meaning. Even the television, everything that they have presented us with, whether it be movements, machinery, whatever, it has had a double use, a double meaning, a double intent. But think about that.